Alright guys, CWL here again today. Good morning. It's very early here, so I'm going to be talking a little bit quieter than I normally would. Champs Day 1 has concluded, and what an unbelievable day of events. I talked about on Spitfire with Brycey and Tan a little bit ago now that, yes, it's very difficult to predict which individual upsets will happen, but we know that upsets will happen, and indeed they did on the first day of action. Not only some big upsets that could have huge consequences for the bracket, but Gen.G as a team out of the tournament, losing both their early matches already, guaranteeing that they won't even make it. Well, technically they'll make it to Thursday because they still have a match to play against Enigma 6, but they're out of contention by the very first Wednesday. Unbelievable scenes. Love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm sure you'll get into that as the video goes on. I've got some clips to share with you here, so let's go through all the results. First of all, courtesy for all of these scoreboards goes to Cam Allen. If you want to see these type of scoreboards being tweeted out live as the games conclude all weekend, Cam Allen is your guy, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd follow him on Twitter down below. Deserves a lot more love, does all of this stuff for free, and this is a huge amount of effort to put together free of charge. So yeah, greatly appreciate if you'd follow him down below. I'm sure you guys will get benefit out of doing so on Twitter. If you want to follow me as well, you can, but yeah, that's the plug for today's video. Like, if you guys enjoy, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it as well. And let's hop right into it here. So let's go through all the matches that happened yesterday, these scoreboards for every single one of them, so it should be pretty glorious. Gonna go through effectively by pool. So these are the pool A matches. Firstly, E United RBL Esports. This, not really too much to say about this. Honestly, out of all the top teams that we expected to do well, E United looked, for me, the most impressive on day one. They absolutely destroyed RBL here, apart from the Search and Destroy. And to be honest, in the Search and Destroy, I kind of feel like E United are holding plays back for later in the tournament, because they know that they can come out in the hard points and the respawns and just dominate. So very impressive stuff from E United. Then Celtic took down Elevate. Now Celtic are the boys. This was a close series, you know, the first couple of maps. Hacienda S&D, actually Elevate just destroyed them on, but good composure from Celtic to come back and close out the game. When Bans has a good series, it's very difficult to play against. Even though the rest of the guys were negative in terms of KD, they still managed to win the overall series, which probably tells you they're playing the game in a relatively well correct way. That's at least the takeaway I would have. So those were the initial Pool A matches. These were the Pool B matches, and here we go. This is the start of it. Fuego versus Gen.G. BB Connor, Chaxter, Hawkey, Madcat, and Harry Payne. They take down Gen.G, the back-to-back grand finalists at Anaheim, where they lost to 100 Thieves, and Miami when they lost to E United. Gen.G were in the grand finals back to back. They lose this series here to Fuego in really astonishing fashion. Both hard points being lost, which is something that's been their big strength with Envoy on the team. Doesn't have a good series here. And then map 5 Gridlock S&D, which has been, you know, Gen.G's bread and butter the entire year, they end up losing it. Harry Payne has just a ridiculous final round and wins them the game. And this point you're saying, okay, wow. Let's fucking go! You dog shit! You fucking dog shit! What an upset, but surely, okay, Gen.G, they'll have to beat Enigma 6 now, they'll have to beat Team War now. That's going to be difficult, but it's, you know, possible that they can make it and Gen.G can still make it out the groups. We will find out in a little bit what actually happened. So E6 took down War 3-0. This was a comfortable victory for them. Impressive stuff from E6. You know, War just got completely mollywopped, to be honest, in this series on the whole. E6 looked very, very good. General had a fantastic series. Then we had FaZe Animosity. I think this map number 1 here, JP was saying that they outslayed Animosity by like 56 kills or something insane. Like, look at these hardpoint KDs, just completely destroyed them. Yes, they lost the control, which is honestly very rare for FaZe. They're a very good control team, but they 6-0'd in the Surge. So, you know, once again, impressive stuff from FaZe. FaZe and E United both looking good day one. That's some takeaway at least to have. Units took down Mesa 3-2. This is a very important and close matchup down the line. Yeah, because this is the one that I thought really was going to be battling for second place in this pool, and yeah, Units do end up taking it down 3-2 in the end. It really comes down to this map 5, and yeah, honestly, units look pretty damn good. Wee Man was having a questionable series, but Joe had a fantastic map, and yeah, honestly, pretty damn good series overall from units. This is a big victory for them in the series. Then Reciprocity Legend status. This was an absolute annihilation. Never seen anything like it, to be honest, the entire day until maybe E United played Celtic later on, which we'll have a look at. But like, you know, look at these scoreboards on the right here. Completely demolished. Dens had like a 3 KD over the series. Like, this is, if that's happening, you know it's over. Kind of expected, so don't necessarily want to dwell on this one too much. And then we have Envy versus Sage, of course. So this series, another big one. I predicted that this was going to be the match for the second place in this pool. I thought Reciprocity would beat Envy, but we'll have a look at what happened with that in just a second. And it goes all the way to a game 5, and Envy win a game 5. Impressive stuff. This map though, map 2 was insane because Vivid, look at his kills, 114 over the series. Vivid in that search and destroy, they were down 5-0 were Envy, and they got full sailed by Sage to bring it back and lose 6-5. And Vivid went something like 24 in 6 EKIA, 21 real kills, and something insane like a 17 kill streak through those 6 rounds. Just couldn't do anything wrong on the Delta stream. So, like, Sage brought it back somehow to tie up the series 1-1. Envy retained some composure and ended up winning the game 5. Gunless had a ridiculous 1v4 as well, I'm pretty sure, in this game 5, which was kind of gifted to him, but it was still classic Gunless. And when he's playing like that, even though he doesn't have the best KD over the series, you know, anything is possible, to be honest. So interesting series here. Envy do manage to take it down in the end. Then another big upset, LG Singularity. Now, of course, they're in the latter half of the pool. I think they're in Pool E, which means this was the only series they played on the day. And Singularity, credit to Machilla's Beard on Reddit and Wajid for pointing this out, because he reckons Singularity were going to be great this event. He'd spied them as a potential fantastic talent, and they've really performed here. I'm not going to lie. Like, LG just got destroyed, and this is kind of what I was talking about, you know, like Slacked and John, and, you know, can they perform in these matches where you're expecting Formal and Brack and Skies to? Now, Skies has a poor series here. Singularity honestly played fantastic. We look at these scoreboards on the right, and it wasn't particularly close, you know, like always in the control, you felt like, okay, LG are going to turn it on, they're going to turn the series around. Singularity has some names that you guys may well be aware of. A lot of, you know, hot prospects, I guess, out of the European region, but I didn't really think that this team would put something together for this event in particular. Hopefully they will continue their run though, but Luminosity on the back foot for sure. 3-0'd by Singularity, not a good start by any means. And as we're saying, like, if they might get a Gen.G situation where they end up going out of the tournament, possible that they will bounce back nicely. Of course, you know, it's LG, definitely the possibility that they can do so, but then the bracket is looking very difficult for them. You know, if you're a second place seed playing a first place seed, then we're talking spiciness. 3-0 UYU versus Vanity. Don't want to dwell on this too long. Kind of expected result in this series. It was pretty damn comfortable towards the end. 100 Thieves took down Sicario 3-0 as well. Honestly, this team hasn't impressed me as much as I thought it would, this Sicario squad. 100 Thieves just played a great series overall. They, you know, kind of started slow in the hard point, but after that it felt like they had the better half of the series. Honestly, the maps were close here from Sicario, so, you know, Tommy had an awful series as well, so maybe if he has a better series, Sicario stand more of a chance, but I guess it's 100 Thieves at the end of the day. But yeah, the matches were relatively close. Midnight took down Fury 3-1, kind of an expected result. Parasite, Frosty, like these guys had fantastic series here, even though the control went the way of Fury Gaming. And then moving onwards, OpTic Gaming, Train Hard, their only series of the day. Pretty comfortable one for OpTic. You look at the KDs, it was pretty comfortable. In the game 2 search and destroy, Train Hard got the better of them, but every other map it felt like OpTic were in a comfortable position. Wasn't a dominant series by any means, but it was comfortable for OpTic. Pretty good considering they typically start relatively slow, so especially with the other upsets that are going on, you can't really complain if you're an OpTic fan. Like, this is a solid performance and a decent start going into the weekends. Evil Genius's Carnage then in the same pool. Exotic had a pretty decent series, but the rest of the guys just went off. Apathy had a ridiculous map 1. Comfortable victory for them in this one. Splice versus Aspire, another 3-0. It was close the first couple of maps. This is, of course, his fast ballers team and that, but good series out of Aqua and Jerd especially, and, well, Hook actually dominated as well. And when Jerd's playing well, I feel like this team is an absolute, monster. Heretics took down Hybrid. This was convincing, really comfortable for Heretics, impressive stuff from them. So Spice Heretics tomorrow is going to be spicy. I'm just speeding through this because we want to get to the good stuff when Gen.G get knocked out. E-United Celtic here, so back to the start of Pool A. This was the second round of matches towards the end of the night, and E-United destroyed Celtic here. This was just unbelievable, completely different class. On this form, E-United for me are clear favourites because Celtic are not a bad team by any means, and they got absolutely destroyed this series. It was truly incredible to watch. Elevate took down RBL 3-1, so we'll have a look at how the pools are shaping up towards this end of this video going into tomorrow. And this was the series, Gen.G versus War. Like 100-point clubbed map 1 with Gen.G, lost the frequency search, then in the control. In that round 4, they had a clear advantage to close out the control 3-1 and try and do the reverse sweep. They threw it away because they had streaks and they backed up unnecessarily. Then they gave Team War streaks and the defensive advantage. And Team War closed it out. They made the plays when it mattered. And, look at these KDs. Like, that is just not pretty at all at the likes of Gen.G. They lose both series to both amateur teams in their group and they're out of the tournament. No chance to progress now. If you finish in the bottom 2 of your pool, you are out. And because Enigma 6 have 2 victories, as we'll get into in a second, and Team War and Fuego both have 1 victory, and they're playing each other tomorrow, it means that 2 teams will be guaranteed 2 victories, which means that Gen.G have no chance with their only 1 victory possible, even if they did beat Enigma 6 today, I guess. So that's just incredible. This was something I saw on Reddit. OpTic in the backstage with the Gen.G guys. First time, because they are not happy bunnies. I'll probably play a clip of that right now. It does really think back to this situation where Spacely was dropped off the team for Nagafen, and he did a tweet to the effect of like, you've made your bed, now you've got to lie in it. And, well, the biggest event of the year, they come top 24, top 32 possibly. Probably top 32 to be honest on current form. Enigma 6 will beat him, and that is truly incredible. Would love to hear your thoughts down below as always. So Enigma 6 took down Fuego 3-1 in the end. Pretty comfortable in the end for Enigma 6. This was an impressive series, and yeah, they're 2-0. Guaranteed to get out the pool at the current time. We'll have a look at the pools in a second here. FaZe took down Mesa 3-1. Look at these respawns. Like, oh my god. Have you ever seen dominance like this of a respawn team? Especially against a solid squad like Mesa. So, this is impressive from FaZe. And looking forward to seeing how they perform the rest of the weekend, because they are real championship contenders for me. Units took down Animosity 3-0. Pretty comfortable fashion as well. That pretty much, I think, means Units do qualify. But I'm not sure it's 100% guaranteed yet. We'll have a look at that in a second. Sage vs Legend status, another comfortable victory. Quick 3-0. And then to finish out the night, Reciprocity Envy, a big matchup here. Envy get the better of Rec in a 3-2 fashion. And yes, Rec do win map number 1 comfortably. They lose both Search and Destroys though in the series to Envy, which is, unexpected to be honest. Envy has been a horrible Search and Destroy team, but we know what happened last year with this Evil Geniuses squad with Bevels on the team. Their Search and Destroy suddenly got really good, and out of nowhere they become contenders. And, I'm not saying Envy are going to be contenders, I don't think they are, but, Reciprocity I thought were contenders, and they're a team that can lose series like this. They did lose this series. If they win one of the searches, they win the series, but they didn't, and as a result, Envy are in the driving seat in Pool D or whatever it is, which we'll have a look at in a second. So, interesting turn of events. Who knows, maybe Aches will do it again. Doubtful, but you just never know, and that leaves Reciprocity in a very precarious position, as does a lot of teams right now, so that's crucial to look at. Okay, these are the pools. So firstly, E-United already sorted out of Pool A. Celtic and Elevate will still have to do, well actually, Celtic and Elevate have done battle. Celtic play RBL. And Elevate play United, so it should be Celtic that make it out of this pool. Then Pool B all comes down to Fuego versus War. Gen.G are out of contention as we talked about. Pool C is already locked up with FaZe and Units out, Mesa and or making it out. Mesa and Animosity going home for sure, so that's already sewn up. So these the Mesa guys already have no chance of making it through, which is pretty disappointing after a Wednesday, but I guess it is what it is. Legend status also going home. Reciprocity versus Sage. That series will decide all results in this pool, like who goes in, who goes home. So that's an important one for sure. Then Pool A, of course, only 1 match played in these, so it's difficult to say exactly so far. Tomorrow it will flip, and there will be 2 matches played in the latter latter half of the pools. So that's going to be pretty exciting stuff. But this is how they line up right now. Singularity UYU, LG Vanity currently in the loser's position. 100 Thieves Midnight are up here for now. And then the final couple of pools, maybe I'll just make this smaller so you can see. Evil Geniuses, OpTic Gaming leading it up. Of course, EG technically winning the pool right now because of the map count, but we'll have to see how it goes over the next day or so. And Splice Heretics, kind of as expected, despite good competition, comfortably winning both their series. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you are new as always. I'll do another one of these tomorrow morning. Tune into the matches tonight, starting at, I'm pretty sure, the same time again, 10 AM Pacific, 1 PM Eastern, 6 PM British summertime. So yeah, leave your thoughts below as always. Very interesting day. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you next time.